The United States government's now looking for dozens of property owners in Cameron County, specifically those whose land they took almost 10 years ago to build the border fence. Channel 5's Daisy Martinez is in our Cameron County newsroom to explain why. Daisy.
Carrie, a public notice lists all the people the government believes may still be entitled to money from the land they or their family members owned and had to give up through eminent domain. This land, not far from the Rio Grande, once belonged to Fernando Champion's grandmother. It's located off Highway 281 in Brownsville. Now it belongs to the government. The border fence runs right through the fields his family once farmed.
That was the thing to do. That's how you measured your wealth, by the amount of land that you had.
Champion is one of the dozens of names listed on this notice of condemnation recently published in a local newspaper. Several of his other family members are also listed on here too. Assistant U.S. Attorney in Corpus Christi John Smith tells us the government wants to close cases associated with the border fence. There's money these property owners or the rightful heirs have yet to receive.
This has got nothing to do with new border fence, new wall, new take. This is the take that happened back in 2008. So basically it's our last ditch effort to serve that person so that they can make a claim to just compensation.
Smith adds this has nothing to do with the push for a new border wall. He says the government filed about 325 condemnation actions and that takes time.
Say whoever the administration was came in and said we're not going to do any border fence anymore. We would still be doing exactly what we're doing today, because we need to close these cases out and get people paid.
Champion isn't surprised that now years later, the government has yet to pay for what they took. His share of the Champion land was taken too. It took months before he received payment.
In the real world, you got to pay for stuff like this. Not with the government. No, I took them about almost close to 14 months to release the funds, and that's because they already had them.
He says some of his family members listed on this notice have already died. He's been getting correspondence for months to determine if Champion is eligible for any more compensation. He didn't get much the first time around, he says, and doesn't expect that to change.
It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Not for what you were going to try to get, and because I would have preferred for them not to build it, just because I just thought it was just a bad idea.
This notice was put out on June 21st, with just 20 days to act after notice. That leaves those listed here with a deadline of July 11th to make a claim. Smith tells us that those that do file a claim for compensation will have to prove their right or their relation to the property owner before they can receive any money. Live from the Cameron County Newsroom, Daisy Martinez, Channel 5 News at 6.